Hey guys, so we're going to be doing lesson 75. I hope you guys are all staying safe. I miss you all so much. Um, I don't know what else to say other than I hope you guys are reaching out, and I love the fact that a lot of you guys have already given me a lot of feedback on the lessons. I really appreciate it. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. And okay, so we're gonna start with lesson 75, and this is we're gonna be doing the area of a trapezoid. So a trapezoid is like it looks like this. So this is a trapezoid. I'm just gonna label it trapezoid, and this is a parallelogram. So parallelogram is that both the sides are parallel and the opposite sides are also parallel. So these sides are parallel to this one, and the opposite sides are also parallel. But for a trapezoid, only the top and the bottom sides are parallel. So only one set of sides are parallel, but not the other sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example. So like let's say we have this type of trapezoid. And let's say this height here is 2 inches, and this height here is 6 inches, and from here to here, did that wrong? From here to here, let's say this is 3 inches. So I want to find out the area. So the area of anything is how much space it takes. Feel free to take notes. So area is how much space it takes. So we're trying to find out how much this is. That's what we want to find out. Okay, so if I here, if I do the area from here to here, from here to here, it's too small. If I do it based on this height, right? If I do this here, which is that area, is 2 times 3. That one's too small. If I do from here to here, right, which would be all of this, right, which is 6 times 3. 6 times 3. That one's too big. So we want something in the middle. This trapezoid, which is here, remember, so this is our trapezoid. Oh, our trapezoid is right here. So that's our trapezoid right there. I want to find our trapezoid is somewhere in between these two. Somewhere in the middle of these two. So then that means maybe I can find out like the average of it. So what if I do in between? So what if I do not too thick? What if I do 2 times 3 plus 6 times 3? And I divide that by 2 just to find the average, right? So another word for average is or I don't know how to say, or in Spanish, right? Es el promedio. That we want to find the average, el promedio de los dos. So then to find the average, I have to do, I have to add them both up and then divide by 2 since there's 2 of them. So then this would equal, what if I take out a 3? So I can take out a 3 here, like, right? Like, take it out. And this would be 3 times 2 plus 6 over 2. Okay, well, then that means it's 2 plus 6 over 2 times 3. And that right here is how you find the area of that trapezoid. So then that means the formula for an area, we just solved it, is equal to base 1 plus base 2 over 2 times the height. So what that means is that our base 1, right, was the 2. And then our base right here was the 6. That's our second base, right? We have one base here and we have another base down here. And then it's divided by 2 to find the average. And then our height was right here. It was the 3. That was the height. It was the 3. So that is a formula for area of trapezoid. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example. So let's do an example here on the bottom. Okay, and when an example, it says, Eric needs to replace, how about I take this out and I can show you the example. Okay, so here is an example of our lesson 75. It says, Eric needs to replace the shingles on the south side of his roof. His section of roof is a trapezoid with the dimensions shown. How many square feet of shingles does he need to cover his section of the roof? Okay, so first things first, I'm the realist. No, seriously. Okay, so when it says how many square feet, when it says square feet, it's asking, so our answer has to be in this. So square feet, that means this is the area, right? Just so you know, volume equals cubed, or any, doesn't have to be feet, it's just an example. Perimeter is no dimension, so it would just be feet. Okay. So it's asking for the area. So find the area of shingles does he have to cover. Okay, so what we have to remember is that the area, I don't know how to spell, area of trapezoid. Remember our formula was B1 plus B2 over 2 times the height. Okay, so I'm going to label this a different color. So this is B1, this is B2, and this is the height, right? Because that's how tall it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that into here. So it's 8, which is the B1, plus 24, which is B2, over 2 times 12. So let's go ahead and take this step by step. So 8 plus 24 is, if I believe, that's 32, right? Yes. 32 over 2 times 12. 32 over 2 is 16. And 16 times 12 is 192. So let's go ahead and put that right here. 192. Remember to always keep your units feet squared. So that's our answer. Awesome. So the section of the roof is covered. So we can put, you want to put an answer? The section of the roof is covered with 192 square feet of shingles. And we're done. Okay, let's move on to the second. Do a second example. Okay, it says here, the bases of the trapezoid are 12 centimeters and 18 centimeters. The height of the trapezoid is 8 centimeters. Find the area of the trapezoid using the formula below, right? Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and draw. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a trapezoid with the dimensions that they gave us. Okay, so maybe it has to be a little bit wider. So they probably gave us this. I don't know how to draw, guys, sorry. Okay, that's pretty good. So it says bases of the trapezoid. One base is 12 centimeters and the other base is 18 centimeters. The height of the trapezoid, so the height of it, is 8 centimeters. You can put your height here or your height here. It really doesn't matter. You can even put it here if you want. 8 centimeters right there. If you guys want to make it a little bit more easier, I can leave it right there. Okay. So then we have to find the area using that formula. So our formula of a trapezoid is area equals 1/2 base 1 plus, I put an I instead of a 1, base 1 plus base 2 times height. This is the same thing as saying base 1 plus base 2 over 2 times height. These two are the same. It's just your preference on how you want it to look like. Okay, so after that, we can just plug in. So this is, let's say this is base 1, this is base 2, and this is our height, right? Okay, so we can just plug that in. So then 12 plus 18 over 2 times our 8. Okay, so then we can just plug that in. So then 12 plus 18, oh, if I get it black, 12 plus 18, that's 30 over 2 times 8. So 30 divided by 2 is 15 times 8. 15 times 8, that's what we're left with. And 15 times 8 is 120. And remember our units was centimeters squared. Right? Okay. So we are done with that one. I can move on to a practice problem you guys have on your lesson. So I'll go ahead and do it on your lesson practice. So I can label this lesson practice. I can do the first one with you. Lesson practice, and this one's A. So it says, find the area of trapezoid. Okay, so our trapezoid looks like this. Oh gosh, that's ugly. Right? And it's labeled as the following. One of them, it says 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 16 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. So it's giving us more information than we actually need. Okay, so our area, since it's a trapezoid, we know that the area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 over 2 times the height. Okay, so now we need to so this is our base 1, this is our base 2. And I know what you're thinking, which one is the height? So our height is always the long, that's going to be our It's the one that's straight. So this one is not. That is not the base. I mean, not the height. Only this one is. Okay, so we don't really need that 10 centimeters. We don't really need it right now. Unless we're finding out the perimeter, but right now we're just finding the area. So we can just plug this in. So first our base 1 is 10, our base 2 is 16 over 2, and our height is 8. So 10 plus 16 is 26 over 2 times 8. So 26 divided by 2 is 13 times 8, and 13 times 8 is 104. Remember, our units are centimeters squared. Right? Okay, awesome. So go ahead and do the following practice problems that we have. If you need any help, just let me know.